for joining me on my podcast today. So happy to have you here. So excited to continue to grow this community with you. Thank you again for all of you who have subscribed and are sharing the videos and are liking them. This is definitely a gift and definitely something that I am receiving with an open heart. So again, very grateful for you and for all your friends and family that are joining us. So I wanted to speak about something very important today in the world of business that we all talk about and we all say, yeah, that's important, but many times we don't see that playing out in that way, which is the integrity in business and how greed kills the deal. And I thought it was just such a powerful topic because I've been having those conversations this week actually with people that I work with, partners that we are in trade programs with, and the importance of the transparency in the relationship and the transparency in the conversations, and how when someone is enacting in integrity or they're not as transparent as you would like them to be, it creates a mistrust, right? You believe that that person maybe is hiding something, or that person is not holding the best integrity in the business. And when you're in that kind of a partnership, whether it's a partner in your own business or you're working with other companies or other firms or colleagues, and you can't trust that what people are telling you is not good, or it's not the right or the best way, then there's something to be said about that partnership, right? There's something to be said about whether you want to do business together or not, or whether this is aligned to you or not, right? Because you want to be aligned to the people that you work with. You want to be aligned with the people that you frequent, right? That you have conversations with on a daily basis. You want to be aligned with the banker that is holding on to your account and is making sure to let you know of the new products that are coming in and how you can make more money and protect your money. You want this in how you are transacting, and the brokers on the transaction are not wanting the biggest percentage because somehow they need to be taken care of more than everybody else. And we've seen this so many times in our family office and in our own transactions that it became part of our brand. For Katrina and myself in our family office, it is in our website. We will only do business with people who hold the same level of integrity and transparency that we hold, because we've seen so many times, and I'm talking about hundreds of conversations with people who would rather not have the relationship or not build a strong relationship or long-lasting relationship because of their greed, because they're not trustworthy, or because they don't work with the same level of transparency and integrity that we do. And it's interesting because in the family office space, we get asked a lot whether we would like to be part of a multi-family office and integrate our work and our business with other family offices. And we say absolutely no way. There's no way, because how a family functions and the dynamic of the family is always going to be different, right? Because every family functions differently. They have different set of rules, different culture, different governance, different ways of seeing transactions, different ways of investing. But the real bottom line to why we won't go into business with we won't bring in partners and we won't do business with other family offices, or at least integrate our family office with another family office, is because integrity and transparency is so important. And when we're seeing it in the actual transaction, and there's one person or there's a group of people that want a higher percentage of the commission, right, for bringing in the client, or for connecting other people, or for being an introducer, or for just because somehow they believe that they are owed more money, or they were calculating that they were going to earn more money on that transaction, and they want 5% while everybody else is getting less than 1% on the transaction. There has never been, and I'm saying this with so much honesty and transparency to all of you today, there has never been a transaction go through and actually where everybody makes money when greed is in the mix. The moment that a person comes in with greed, the moment that the intention is greed, the moment that that person or that group feels that they're owed more than everybody else, that's it. Deal's killed. It's gone. It's left. And I am very surprised at how often that happens, right? Whether it's real estate, whether it's people coming in. We saw this a lot in the gold space, right? So in the mineral space, oil and gas, we see it everywhere. It's just such a common theme that people think that it's okay to ask for more than everybody else. And so what I know for certain is that when we're all coming in with the energy of honesty and transparency, when we're all coming in with the energy of integrity, when we're all coming in with the energy of it's got to be in the good of everybody, that we all are in this together, and that the partnership is imperatively important to everyone, that it's not, survival of the fittest, it's my way or the highway, and I'm going to take it all, and you guys just need to figure yourselves out. As long as that energy is not in the mix, the transaction goes through seamlessly, it goes through in flow, and it just works out, and everybody makes lots of money, and everybody is happy, and actually they want to come back and do it again, right? So if you're looking for long-standing relationships in business and people that want to do business with you and repeat business, which is really great when you can finally know that you are immersed in groups that you can look at different investments, different opportunities, and bring them to this group and these people, and that you can all transact together mutually, all knowing that everybody is going to win, everybody is going to come out with a nice payday, and that not one person is going to feel like they were cheated somehow, then you know that you're onto something really important and really powerful. And anybody who's done business knows that the importance of doing good, clean business is because the repeat business is what we all want. We all want to know that we can come back together to the table again and have another opportunity of making money on another transaction. And so preserving those kinds of relationships, building upon those kinds of relationships is very important. And so when you are feeling that you are working together and you are in a good, positive, strong partnership, then what happens is that you're all aligning in your frequencies, right? That you're all looking out for each other. You're all looking out for the best good for everyone involved. You're holding a vibration of integrity and an emotion that it has to work out for everybody, right? Because everybody at the end of the day has a family, right? These funds are going home with you, but they're also going home for your family. They're also going home to build out your legacy, or to buy that next property, or to pay for your kids' college education, right? So when we understand that what's happening in that moment, right, when we're just in that moment of transacting, has such a ripple effect to everybody else that will be satisfied, but will also be rewarded and gifted, because the people were able to all come together and transact in this place of integrity and honesty, then you know that that is the frequency that you're taking home to your loved ones. And so I'm sharing this because sometimes I'm talking to the person or I'm consulting the person who is the greedy one, who is like, no, I don't care. They need to figure it out. I'm just going to take, my 5% and they're just going to have to figure out, the other 5% between 10 people. And I'm going to be fine. And I tell them, no, you're not. Like, this is not, I promise you, this transaction won't go well for you or with you. And if it does, you've just created so much karma because those people are not going to want to transact with you again. So you're at a loss, okay? You had a one and done, you had, one closing, which I don't believe that ever happens. But let's just say that, there was this fluke, right? There was this possibility and it happened. And you took home this percentage. Your reputation and how people see you for acting this way is not positive. And that is the energy that now you get to circulate in, that you get to expand, or that you get to bring home to the people that you love and to your family. And so many times we're not aware that this karma or this karmic debt that you just created because you were greedy is somehow going to impact your family members, or it's going to impact your next business transaction, or it's going to impact your business. And maybe that 5% that you thought you were going to spend on buying, next property, or you're going into the next transaction, somehow gets diluted because you have a family emergency or something comes up that you have to take care of. And so why I feel this is so important for all of you to understand is that we are constantly creating karma for ourselves. It could be very positive, very good karma, or it could be very detrimental and very negative. And so you always want to be aware and intentional. Am I looking out for myself first? And I'm always going to tell you, look out for yourself first. But am I looking out for myself, as well as am I looking out for those who are participating in me making this amount of money, right? Because in that energy of collaboration, in that energy of camaraderie, in that partnership, you are not only evolving yourself because you're looking out for yourself, but you're also looking out for the good of everyone involved and their family. And all of these ripples of goodness and greatness are coming right back to you. And so if you want to continue to have these levels of success, integrity, transparency is very important. And not being greedy and not wanting to take the full gamut, right? Taking it all home, like you take home the lottery ticket, right? And everything that comes with that. No, it's about sharing. It's about collaborating. It's about giving back, right? And giving while you're also receiving. That's the power of the universe. We're always giving and receiving. And if you think that you're only here to take and to receive, and that others are supposed to be in scarcity and lack, then you're doing something wrong. And so I'm sharing this information because you're all in business, right? Somehow or another, you're exchanging something. You're exchanging energy, whether you're in sales, whether you own a company, a business, whether you're a family office, whether you run a business or you work for a business, right? Whether you're an employee, whether you're bringing this home, like there has to be an exchange that feels good for everyone involved. And so I'm really trying to help you all out there who believe that you can get away with not giving back or not being in that energy of exchange. And I'm gonna pull back for a moment, and the same thing with those of you that are over givers, right? No, it's okay. I only need 1%, let everybody else take the other 5% and just figure it like, no, you can't do that to yourself, because you're telling the universe that you're not worthy of the full amount that is due to you, right? And so this is, but when we're looking at how we bring this karma or these karmic exchanges and the recycling of karma into business, and you can learn how to have this savvy business transaction savviness around the exchange that happens in business. This is just another way to culminate your own wealth, the wealth in yourself, right? The wealth with yourself, and wealth, and I'm not speaking necessarily about money, but feeling that your soul is being filled with this wealth of compassion for others, of love, but also that you are receiving what is due to you as much as you're part of what others are receiving as well. And so the one thing I really want to help you all take home with you today from this message is that greed is not the way. Collaboration is the way. Compassion is the way. And even exchange for all of those that are involved in the transaction is the way to more success, is the way to building relationships, is the way where your reputation stays impeccably clean and pristine. Your reputation is important because when people are speaking ill of you, your vibration, it's hard for you to keep your vibration high and your frequency elevated because you're doing bad things to people and to the field. So that's what you're recycling for yourself and your family. So be very intentional and very clear that the only way that you do business is when people can trust you because of your transparency and your integrity, and then you manifest and attract working with people that you can trust and that are also in that energy of integrity and transparency. And then at that point, there's a trusting relationship happening here because you all know that you're in it for the long haul. You're all in it to establish repeat business, a long-term relationship, and ultimately could even become a friendship. But most importantly, you are not only elevating yourself, but you're watching the people around you elevate. And when you're holding this beautiful high frequency and vibration that you want what's good for you and your family, right? Always first and foremost, but that you also want what is good for others and their families, everybody wins. And so that energy of winning, right? That winning streak, that energy of winning will continue to expand in your life, expand in your business, expand in your family. And you're going to have such wonderful experiences and opportunities to continue to see yourself thrive and happy that others are thriving with you. So I hope that this has been helpful. I know that I'm calling some of you out, and it's always going to come from a place of love, but I'm telling you, I've worked with hundreds of people in this space of business, and greed is never the way. It's always through collaboration and compassion that you will continue to thrive and experiencing the life that you deserve, and to have the wealth and abundance that you and your family are due to experience and enjoy. And for you to watch it in others as well will continue to fill you up and help you also to expand. So with that, I'm leaving you all today and can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks again for all of your support.